Hi, welcome back. It's Therese from Lostinpaper, and today I'm here with Altenew, and I'm going to be making myself a flower bouquet. I've got some great sets. A beautiful day, peony bouquet, and also one of my faves is Best Mum, and all the matching dies, which just makes life that little bit easier. So I've got heaps to do, so we'd better get started. I'm going to start out by stamping and colouring my Best Mum, and I'm actually using some Memento Tuxedo Black because I want to colour it with Copics. I'm sort of going for not a monochromatic look, but more of just using the same colour but just different tones. So I really like the corals in a card, so I thought that'd be really pretty, and this is going to be like part of my bouquet, and it's quite a big part, so I didn't want it to be too bold and standy outy, so I'm colouring it fairly simply and just using lighter colours. So the Copic markers that I'm using I will list over at my blog, and the link will be in the YouTube description below. Not doing some really fancy blending or anything because this is a bouquet. There's going to be lots of layers and you're probably not going to see a lot of it anyway, so it's more like I plan on using it as a background, so I don't want to spend a lot of time colouring this in. And just doing some really simple, not even blending really, I hardly did any blending on this, I just wanted it to be a little bit artsy. And what I love about the Altenew stamps is a lot of them have matching dies, so imagine fussy cutting this. I would do it because I don't mind fussy cutting, but this is actually so much easier. So I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine and get on with my next lot of stamping. I have had to speed this up quite a bit because there's a lot of flowers and things involved, and I wasn't really sure exactly what I was going to use in my bouquet, so I really just stamped out heaps of stuff and then just decided at the end when I put it together, I figured, well, I can just put it all together and see what I like the look of. So this is a peony bouquet, and the layers I'm using on this flower, most of them were fairly similar, but this one was a little bit darker. I had the Peach Perfect at the bottom, and then I used the Crimson, and the final layer was a Velvet. And I wanted some little sort of filler flowers as well, and this is from the same set. And I'm stamping it with the jet black ink. I did an extra one there because I wasn't happy with the way one of them stamped. So I want a couple of different sort of tones in similar colours, and I do sort of one is a bit darker and one is lighter. So for the darker filler flower I've used the Rouge with the Crimson and then the Velvet as well. I really like this combination together, it looks really pretty. And then on the lighter flower I've gone with the Peach again, and I actually prefer this combination. It was the Peach with the Rouge, and then the Crimson was the last layer, and that's a really pretty combo. And if I had stamped my bigger peony first, I would have stamped it in that combination. I did it a bit dark, I think. I like it dark, but I just prefer this combination. It dried out and it looks really nice. So when I'm doing my layering stamping and I'm doing multiples, I'm actually doing each layer, like just doing the base, middle, and then the top layer for all the stamps. So this is my final flower. This is the Beautiful Day. It's probably one of my favourite flowers from Altenew. And this, I'm using that darker combination again. So starting with the Rouge, then the Crimson, and then the Velvet on top. I'm going to die cut this out as well using the matching die, as well as die cut out the peony bouquets. So everything's pretty much getting ready to go now. I'm going to start assembling my card, and this is where I can spend hours. I don't know if you do the same, but I can move flowers around a card for hours literally, but it's part of the fun, and you want it to look the way you want it to look. And I did like having the two big flowers on there and the filler flowers around. I wanted this to be quite bold, but after a bit more fussing, I actually decided just to go down to just do one big flower. I just thought it was a little bit too much having both. If I had have maybe done the lighter colour on the peony, then it would have been probably better, but I ended up pulling that out and just using the one large flower, the Beautiful Day flower. And once I'm sort of happy with where everything is, what I've done is I've got a top fold card and I've cut a panel that's just a bit smaller for the top of the card, and then I want to stamp my sentiment directly onto the panel, and this is from the Painted Greetings set, and I've gone a bit off the black at the moment because I always do black sentiments. So I'm actually masking off the part of the sentiment that I don't want, just using a post-it note, and the colour that I'm going to stamp that out with is the darkest grey from Altenew, and it's called Lava Rock. It's a really nice warm grey, almost a brown grey. So I'm just kind of working out where I haven't actually stuck any of my bouquet down yet to the card, and that way if I do miss stamp I can actually just cut another panel and start again, or flip the card and start again. So now it's time to start assembling my bouquet on the panel, and I'm using a combination of my Tombow stamp runner as well as some foam tape. And what I'm doing is I'm actually putting the bouquet all together, but I'm not pressing down hard on any of the flowers. I do use a Copic marker to make the stamens, just redraw the stamens on the middle of my Beautiful Day flower. I just think it helps them pop out a little bit, and it's easy. I just cover over where the stamped area is. It's not difficult drawing or anything. You can't really go wrong doing it. And once I'm sort of happy with how my bouquet looks, I can just press everything down so it stays in place. So the next thing I'm going to do is just pop the panel up on the front of my card, and I've used some scrap fun foam to do this and some score tape. I find that holds it really well. And once I'm happy with how that is, press that down, and that's pretty much it for my card today. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again real soon, so till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.